Let's break down this Blender animation 2D grease pencil. Let's break down this grease pencil project and to understand both grease pencil, which is part of the Blender. It's called Blender grease pencil, and the animation in a 2D or in a 2.5D, which is we had like means that we are drawing 2D in a 3D environment. First of all, we will start with the outliner. In the outliner, we had two collections. We had the first scene collection, and we had the camera. The first collection, we don't draw everything at one space, because in case we need to make change in the background or in each layer, we don't need to destroy the other layers. So we separate them. First of all, we had the background, then we had the car, then we had the old man. So let's hide both of them and let's take a look at the background. The background contains a grease pencil object, and that grease pencil, we decide to make it in two layers, one for fill and one for lines, as you can see, just to give it a depth. Then we add a modifier. The modifier for this one, we need to bring a life for these lines, for these three. So we add this noise, which is make the scene, if you can see, they are just kind of wobbly moving or shaking. So this is affected by the noise. Then we had an effect, which is we give it kind of blur, so we can give it depth in the background. So that's how we firstly build the background itself. Then we move the car. The same things for the car. We made it from multiple layers. We had a general layer. We did not draw anything here. We had the line and we had the fill. The line just to shape the body of the car, and the fill just to give it a color and give it kind of depth to the car. It's easy. Then the same things, we had a noise modifier, so we could make it wobbly and give it some thickness in some places, so it's look like a hand drawing. It is hand drawing, but just to make it look more cool. Then we had an effect, another blur. You might not realize it. We cannot hide it here, but I'm gonna explain it in another video. Then we had our main character, which is the old man. This one contains many layers, because the other layers, they are still. We are not making animation more than the wobbly animation, more than just the shaking, which is we made it by the modifiers itself. The old man contains many layers, so let's go through them. So we had the eyebrows. We decided to make the eyebrows separate from all these projects, so we could at least give some expression without changing the face. You can see them, they are goes up and down. They might not realize, but if we put the whole shape, you might realize. The same things, the hair, we decide that we're gonna move the hair, so without affecting the whole drawing, without affecting the whole character. And instead of in each layer to draw the character itself, we draw it once and we split that the part that we are planning to move, which is here the hair. The same things, another part of the hair. You can see here it's just kind of jiggle, so we kind the wind blowing and the hair it's moving. Then the head itself, you can see the head, it's here, it's kind of moving from these frames. Let's take the head layers, so we start animating it in this keyframe, and here it's, you can see it's still, and the animation for the head starts from here. Isn't that big movement, but at least just to make it alive and moving, bring alive to it. Then we have the scarf, the biggest part of the scarf, the same things as it's shaking as a result of the wind. Then we add another part of the scarf, and you can see we decide to move it here in these keyframes. As you can see, that part is separate. So here, like, we don't need to draw the whole picture every single time. You can see we just draw it the part that we want to move, so we make it more easier and we could produce more. And we have a general layer for this one, and we have the jacket, and the same things for the jacket. We decide that we're gonna move it. You can see the same things for the jacket. We had a modifiers for each one. With the modifier, it's the noise itself. So let's decide. So let's take a look at this modifier. So let's turn these modifiers down. We're not gonna see them. You can see now how it's affected. But by bringing down the modifiers, which is the noise that we're gonna add. So let's say this is the noise of the jacket. Let's turn it down. You can see it is not that moving when we bring it back. And the same things for the ship. And we also add an effect, which is the rim. It is, you can see that slide, it's kind add a depth or a shadow to the scene itself. So that's the scene itself, how we build it. We don't build everything at the main time. We don't draw it like as it might look to you as a one scene, but in the back end it's not. It's constitutive background and the car and the character, which is mean a layers, and each layer it's put it in a depth so we could make this motion or this parallax effect. If we go more into the canvas and the object mode, we can see how that we can at least change the character places. We can select this one, make it in the top, we can back to the animation. So we literally had more flexibility in building the scene itself. Then we add the objects or add whatever we add to make it more alive. So mostly these tools or the grease pencil enable us to do this one, but we need to understand the concept of drawing, because the tool it's enable us to do something. The most important it is really understanding how the project or how the animation it's work to produce a film or to produce a scene, or in case you are starting a YouTube channel, you don't need to go write down each single layer. This would take you a month to finish a one video, but by following this pipeline or by following this workflow, it's make it more easier. At least, and somehow you can use the car in different scene, or you can use the background in different scene by copying it and paste it. You can use the character, you can change the movement, you could do many things. So you're not just drawing, you're building the things, and you still hold the ability for applying change on these things without affecting the other things separately. And that's all for this video. If you are interested in reviewing another project, another workflow, please let me know. This project you can find it in grease pencil in blender.org. If you go to the resources, I might drop the link down in the description so you can review this project and work around with it and apply what we did, so you can understand how the things work on there. Thank you for watching and have a nice